Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, your radio experience you can count on. Now, this is The Entrepreneur, where we get to talk to business owners about their products and services. And today on The Entrepreneur, we are here to talk about the 19th Anatomical Society of Nigeria 2023 conference that is happening at Bayes University. And to talk to us about this in the studio, we have Dr. Wali Catherine, a lecturer, Department of Anatomy, Bayes University. Nice to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
And also with me in the studio, we have Ismail Yusuf Ladan, a lecturer in the Anatomy Department, Bayes University.
Thank you.
Okay, so yes, tell us about this conference. What is it all about?
Okay, thank you very much. The conference is an anatomical conference, and it is the 19th anatomical conference. We have it every year, and this year happens to be the 19th one being held, and it's being held at Bayes University. Now, the conference is going to consist of topics based on anatomical issues. Okay, so we can have topics on neuroanatomy, reproductive anatomy, histology, stereology, anthropology, any topic that is anatomical based, and then we look at it based on people's researches. They report what they have done. We come together, we get new ideas, we interact, we network, we look at the way forward, we look at how we can educate students better, because that's one of the basic foundations, how to raise another generation of anatomists. We look at what's the way forward. Are there lapses in what we have been doing? We have an annual general meeting where people gather together and we discuss pertinent issues. And then, like this year now, we'll have an election where we get to select new officials who will head anatomy in the entire Nigeria.
Okay, now that you have told us what the conference is all about, the next question I need to ask is, who are the people who are expected to be at this conference? Is it for everybody or is it for a selected few?
Actually, it's for academicians. Regarding the professors of anatomy, faculty officers, postgraduate students and undergraduate students, even the biomedical students and researchers, they are all welcome.
All right. Okay, so when is this event happening and where is the venue?
Okay, so it will take place from the 6th to the 8th of September, but we'll have two phases. So we have from 4th to 6th, and then we have from 6th to 8th. So from the 4th and 5th, we have a pre-conference workshop. The 6th, 7th, 8th is the actual conference.
Okay, so you have talked about the pre-conference workshop and the conference itself. So let's talk about the pre-conference workshop. What is that all about?
Okay, so
the pre-conference workshop is going to be in 2 days. That's the 4th and the 5th. The first day, which is 4th, is going to be about the andrology. Which is going to be delivered by Professor Christ. And the second one is going to be about emergency
rescue victims.
Or rescue victims that will be given by what is his name? Musa Ishaku from AFCC. Federal Research Corp. Yes.
Okay, and the conference itself, this is the moment everybody wants to know. So what are the activities that someone would actually be expected to actually see happening in the conference itself? Because you just told us about the pre-conference. Now, for the actual conference that is happening on which date?
For the actual conference, 6th to 8th, we'll have activities, and for the pre-conference, we'll also have activities. So 4th, 6th, we'll have pre-conference workshops, which he has talked about, andrology, and then from the Federal Road Safety, rescue activities on road crash victims, CPR. Then for the conference, we'll have, on the first day, we'll have arrival of participants, we'll have their registration, and then we'll have cocktail. For on the second day, we'll have the welcome address, we'll have the keynote address by Professor Amadi Hunwo, and then we'll also have another address by Professor Garba. So these two people will address us, and then we'll have plenary sessions where we'll also have other speakers trying to talk to us on other topics, and then we'll begin to have scientific sessions where we'll come and then we gather in various groups to listen to people's researches and their results, and then we'll also have talks by different corporate organizations who want to exhibit and showcase their products so that we can see what they have, products that are health related, people that are into digital technology that can assist students with learning.
Okay, all right. So for the person, like the people you're interested in attending this conference, now what are the benefits that they will get for being part of this conference that's happening next month? What are the benefits of this conference? Because you already said these are the people we want in this conference. Now, for the person that is already in the anatomy field, that is thinking about coming to this conference, what is the person benefiting from the conference?
Okay, there are many benefits actually.
Okay.
He's going to meet many professors. There we are going to be having a general annual meeting, election, and one can be able to present his paper, which is very vital in his promotions as an academician. And we have many others.
Yes, so it's a place that is a gold mine for an academician, because you get to meet people that you might not normally meet on a normal day. So you can actually freely interact with people. You can talk to people about what you plan to research on. You can actually get new ideas, and then you are open to also business opportunities, because there are also people that are trying to start up things. So you can network, and then you just get to also relax. But for the students, it's a learning base for them, because they come, they learn more and see how people present. They come and they try to see the practical aspect of what they are learning in the classroom. So they get to have they get to think about what they want to do further. It's not just about being in the classroom, it's about what am I going to do with the knowledge I get in the classroom. So the conference is an opportunity for them to come and just sit and think and have that, expand their horizon. And see that, I can do this, and then they get to also talk to their senior colleagues who they might not have the chance to interact with when they are in the classroom.
So it's more or less like a learning opportunity, and also an opportunity for you to meet people that you would not see on a normal day. Yes. So what you're saying seems nice, and for someone out there, the person is asking this question, how much is it?
Okay, actually we have 3 phases of registration.
We
have the early bird, we have the late registration, and on-site registration. For the undergraduates, we have they will pay 10,000.
All right.
For the early bird, when it's late registration, they will still pay that 10,000, and the on-site registration, because they are just new in the system. But for postgraduates, they are going to pay 12,000 as the early bird, then 13,000 late registration, and 15,000 as their on-site registration.
Can you say that again? So I've heard 10,000, 15,000. Now, who are these people? Who is paying 10,000? Who is paying 15,000? Can you just say that again?
Okay, undergraduate, they are paying 10,000.
Okay.
Postgraduate, they are paying 12,000. That's the early bird,
all right,
which is already closed. We are taking the late registration now, which they will be paying 13,000. 10,000 for the undergraduate. The postgraduate, they are going to pay 13,000.
Okay.
Then we have the faculty, which they are paying 20,000 as the early bird.
Okay.
Which now they are paying 23,000 for their late registration, and when it's on site, they are going to pay 25,000. And for the fellows, they have paid, let me say, 30,000 at their early bird registration, and for their late registration is 35,000, and when it's on site, they are going to pay 40,000.
Okay, so I've heard early bird, I've heard on site, and I've heard a whole lot. So now, please, who are the early birds and what is making you an early bird here? Because obviously you said there's late registration. So how early is early and how late is too late? Let me know.
Okay, so the early person is the person who prepares on time.
Okay.
From the word early bird, so you are able to pay a month, 2 months, 3 months ahead. You know, so you deserve some discount, of course.
Okay.
So that's why you see 20,000, you see 12,000, you see 30,000. Then if you can't meet up to that early bird, you go to the late registration. You can still register, but it means you have to pay something extra.
Okay.
So for late, he has already told us we have 13, then we have 25, and then we have 35 based on your category. Then if you can't meet up late and you're going to come on that day and pay,
that's the on-site.
So you have to pay something also extra. So that will be 15, 25, and then 40,000 based on.
Okay, so how do I register? What are the platforms? What are the numbers I'm supposed to call?
Okay, so if you want to register, we have an account number, and it's a Zenith Bank account number. So we give out that account number, and then you pay into that account number. I don't know if I'm supposed to call that.
No. I am asking for the callback number. So
okay,
so they can call and get information about the registration process.
Okay, so for number to call, you can call 070 38 994424. I'll take it again, 070 38 994424.
Okay, can you take that again?
Okay, for the number to call in case of inquiry, 070 38 994424.
All right. So are you guys on any social media platform, or do they register online, or just that number?
Once you call the number, we have flyers.
Okay.
So you have the account number, and then you pay, and then we give you a link where you can join a platform so that you are put up to date with activities, preparations. You know what to expect, and you are giving your receipts, everything. So you are in touch with other people on the platform. There's many people on the platform, and so you are in touch with what is happening. Any activity or any information that would help people prepare as they are coming is put on that platform, so people know what to expect, where to be, and when to be where they are supposed to be.
And the callback number once again,
070 38 994424. 070 38 994424.
All right, this is still the Entrepreneur Right here on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, your radio experience you can count on. Now, Sonny Neji there with the song Face Me, and facing me right here, right now, we have the lecturers from the anatomy department, and they're here to talk about this amazing conference that's happening. And the dates are when?
From the 4th of September to the 8th of September 2023.
Okay, so for the people just joining us, they really want to know, who are the people that you're expecting for this conference?
Actually, they are academicians.
Okay.
That's professors from the Human Anatomy Department, faculty officers, undergraduate students, postgraduate students, biomedical students, and researchers.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about this registration once again, because it seems like some people don't really understand the whole registration process, registration fee. So just enlighten us. How do we register for this conference?
Okay, so for you to register for the conference, you have to register under your category. Either you are an undergraduate student, or you are a postgraduate student, or you're a faculty member, or you're a fellow. So for undergraduate students, they pay 10,000 naira flats. whether you're an early bird person, late registration, or on-site registration, it is 10,000 naira flat. So for postgraduate students, we have 12,000 naira for those who are early. For those who are late, it is 13,000 naira.
Okay.
For those who are paying on site at the conference venue, it is 15,000 naira. For the faculty members, for early bird, it is 20,000 naira. For late registration is 25,000 naira, and for those who will pay 23,000 naira, and for those who will pay at the conference site, it is 25,000 naira. Now for the fellows, for those who are early, it's 30,000 naira. For those who will pay late, it is 35,000 naira, and for those who will pay at the site of the conference, it is 40,000 naira. Now, for you to register, you'll be given an account number. You'll pay into that account number, and then you'll be issued a receipt, and then that receipt will give you the opportunity to get materials, get food, whatever is needed at the conference venue. So you are that receipt gives you everything, isn't it? Then for those in corporate organization, for early people, we have 75,000 naira to 100,000 naira. So I think that gives us registration for 2 to 3 representatives. Then for late registration for corporate organizations, we have 100,000 naira to 120,000 naira to 150,000 naira. So it's also 2 to 3 representatives. So that avails them the opportunity to come and showcase their products. They'll be given a stand for their exhibition. They'll also be given a few minutes for a presentation where they can talk to people, the individuals at the conference, about what they are into. So health-related topics, of course. Medical tourism, technological advancement, digital simulation, whatever you are into, you are given that opportunity to stand and talk to people, because it's also an opportunity for you to get customers. And that's what you are coming to do, because you see people who are willing to, advance themselves. They're looking for, everybody's also always looking for new things
to do.
So you come where you see a lot of people, and then you talk, isn't it? So there's no environment where you cannot, where you cannot thrive, and so you just come and you talk, and then people hear what you have to say. They have so it's also an opportunity for you to also for them to also advance and enhance their business.
And the callback number
07038994424. 07038994424.
Okay, so let's talk about the theme and sub-theme of the conference. Tell us more about that.
Okay, so we have a theme and we have a theme and we have a sub-theme. So the theme of the conference is anatomy in the Internet of Things.
Okay.
So in the Internet of Things, this is the digital age. So what we are more interested in now is how to make anatomy, how to make learning of anatomy, research in anatomy more technologically based. We are not just for the students, we are not just going back to just classroom method, physical contact. There has to be something extra. Internet of Things, use of data, use of technological gadgets that can transfer information from one to the other. What's the essence of that? It's to make learning better, to make it more interesting, to make it more alive. What do we use? They have Anatomage, tables that just show you anatomical pictures. We have digital simulation. They try to mimic the real thing. So it's like you are there, but it's just a computer-based model. Yes. So the student is put in that environment. You are able to learn. It makes the learning real. It makes it easier. I think the thing academicians should try to do each year, and which everyone is trying to do now, is how can we make learning more fun? How can we make it more fun? How can we make it real? Is it just textbook based? What's the essence of learning? So with technology has done so much. It makes these things that students see as abstract in their textbooks, it brings it and it comes alive. So the essence of it is to try to, what are those technological advancements, those new things that we can use in anatomy to further project learning? What's the essence? What's the essence of using of the Internet of Things? Literature will tell you that it's for what? Better outcome.
either in marketing or educational, in an educational environment, to improve learning outcomes, to improve market output. So our own, for us, it is us and it's also the students, because those are the next generation of people who will teach anatomy. Those are the next generation of people who will carry out research, and it is this research that, whether we like it or not, that brings out the ideas for products, for new ideas. We need those ideas, advancements, surgery, whatever it is. If you don't have those ideas, then it's just a stagnant environment, which is dead. So for anatomy on Internet of Things, anatomy is the cornerstone of medicine. Whether we like it or not, the body structure. Without the body structure, how do you carry a surgery? How do you, look at the patient, isn't it? You must know what is the structure. You must know where it's located, isn't it? You must know how it's formed. You must know the cells located there. That's anatomy. So now we are saying anatomy in the Internet of Things, combining anatomy with what? Digital technology.
Okay. All right. So that is the theme. Now, what about the sub-theme?
The sub-theme is anatomy from traditional methods to digitalization. Okay. So we are now talking about, we'll now focus on, so we are moving from, classroom-based method. Okay. And now that classroom-based method for students is not really, it's not really everybody. Even I myself, I want something that's on the go. Students, if you like when we teach now, you tell students, I'll send the slides to you, and you see students, they're able to sit in corners, they open their phones, they open their tablets, they're able to read at a go, So people are not just waiting, people have classrooms. Even if like on a weekend you want to have a class with students, you can actually say, let's have a class from so time to so time, isn't it? You can decide to fix a tutorial with students, and then you guys are able to talk. The students are able to ask you maybe questions they might not ask in the classroom, because there's more time. It's not a limited time. So they're able to, you are now moving from that's we just come to the class, we have a note, everybody copies,
So it's now digital.
It's now digital. So what's the essence? Just to stimulate
the brain.
So that which is essential, so that you don't have people bored. And of course.
So what you're trying to say is anatomy is fun.
Anatomy is beautiful.
Okay. So yes, I know you're from the Department of Anatomy, but for the people out there that don't know about the Anatomical Society of Nigeria, can you enlighten us on that?
Okay, Anatomical Society of Nigeria was invented in 1992. Okay. And it includes gathering of people who include the study of anatomy, related courses like physiology and all other courses that are related.
Okay.
So we have, for Anatomical Society of Nigeria, they are a body who oversee everything about anatomy in Nigeria. So they try to look at the curriculum students are being put through. We try to make modifications to it. Now students go for industrial training in their third year, which wasn't there before, but students are now going, so that you can have that practical aspect of what you are learning, because it's very important. After learning theory, what is the practical aspect of it? So you need to go out and say, what can I do with this anatomy? Is it just to learn the theory? What actually can I do? If you cannot if you have no practical application of it, then it's as good as a dead subject. So they are allowed to go out and experience the practical aspect of anatomy. So the society tries to make sure that it gathers its members together, and they put this forum of a conference so that they are able to talk. We're able to talk to one another. We're able to regulate the activities in schools. If there's anywhere where we see that anatomy is not being handled the way it should be, you can actually make a complaint to the body, and then they take it up from there. So it comprises of elite members, fellows, professors, faculty members, senior and junior faculty members, and then we have senior faculty members, and then we have research entry graduate assistants. So we are all there. And what do? We actually constitute this body, and we strive for research, because we don't just want it to just be as it was socially, please.
Okay, so it's no longer as it was. It is more practical and more digitally inclined right now.
It has always been practical, but now the emphasis is really that it should.
Okay, so what are your final words for today?
Okay, so
both of you will talk. So you have to talk, Ismail. Yeah. Yes. Final words.
Okay, we are.
Okay, so yes.
So let me. My colleague is a bit tired. Okay, so our final words of today is. Please try all anatomists all over Nigeria, those in medical sciences. So far as you have a relation to anatomy, please be there at the 19th Anatomical Society Conference of Nigeria. You have to be there. It promises to be an exciting event. It's going to be brain stimulating. We have pre-conference workshop. So for the price for two, you get the price of one, and for 2 years you get the price of one. And it is also an avenue where you get to meet people you wouldn't normally meet in the classroom. So please don't miss the opportunity. So you can get to us on this number 070-3899-4424. I'll take it again, 070-3899-4424.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Wali Catherine, Lecturer, Department of Anatomy, Bayes University. Thank you so much for being part of the program.
Thank you so much.
And yes, thank you so much, Ismail.